Hey guys, it's Pat and welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about how to win every single time on squad mode. Now the gameplay we're in right now is a very aggressive gameplay, and I am going to be bringing more of a passive gameplay out as well. So this is going to be more of the aggressive one, and on screen right now is the passive one, and it'll also be on screen at the end of the video if you want to see that. So the first thing to do is obviously pick a location. You're going to need good coordination between you and your teammates to decide a location where not many people are going. Now we decided Loot Lake this time, but not all of Loot Lake. The reason we decided that is because it was a medium area where the bus was going over, and probably an area where not many people were going to jump at the time, which not many people did. 1 or 2 people did. So what we did as a team, because I personally am probably the stronger player in the team in this situation, I said to them, look, I will go over to the island over there, you three go to the lake, you get your loot, I'll get my loot and be very careful, and you guys just cover me from over there. By me staying on this side, they'll be able to cover. For example, in this situation now, there is actually a player here, and they can actually cover me from Loot Lake. They're actually suppressing the player. He's running. Unfortunately, my aim is absolutely appalling in this clip, and probably one of my worst clips of all times, but I'm just showing it you guys because I thought, why not? But I managed to down the guy, thank God, or I would have died, and it would have been the end of that game. But sometimes that happens. But that situation then, thanks to my team for damaging him, I managed to do that, and that's what you call good coordination at the start of the game. You can do this in several places, and I will be doing another video on a passive game, which is probably easier to win, but this is quite an aggressive gameplay. I'm just speeding the gameplay up right here, because all it is us looting and giving weapons out for people who didn't get weapons, because Loot Lake isn't the best spot, but it can be quite a quiet spot, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend it for you guys. I just think it's something that you can try out, and we were just testing a few things at this point because we knew no one was around. Now, at this point here, I'm actually setting a location on the map. I'll wind that back so you can see it right now. As you can see, I set the location on the map for my team to go. Now, it's very key to have someone who leads the team, or or 2 people who leading each other, who are going to kind of know what to do and know where to go. So I managed to lead the team to know where to go. Now, the good thing about all 4 of us being quite close together, and if enemies are around and it's only a few of them, we can push them. Now in this situation here, we had 2 enemies trying to sneak up on us, but thanks to Commander Mace, we managed to take out one of them. I'm not too sure where the other one went. It was very easy to do because we were all in a group of 4, whereas there was only 1 or 2 enemies around. I think the other one escaped. So it was quite easy to be aggressive in that situation. And with me setting tasks for our team where to go, obviously you don't have to go straight there because you don't want to rush, because we are inside the circle right now. When you play quite aggressive, usually spawning in a zone that's usually going to be quite in the circle because you're going to be in the middle of the map, which we are. So we're just playing quite peaceful now, moving over, making sure there's nothing around, but we are playing quite aggressively. Now, playing aggressively in squads is different from playing aggressively in solo. Having a good team that can revive you and being close together, not too close to all get exploded at once by an explosive weapon, but close enough to be able to cover each other, build walls, and in situations where it's required, it's very useful. Now, I am winding it on a lot because I'm just giving basic tips. There's no point of you guys watching me running over hills, checking to my left, checking to my right, but I do recommend doing that. When you're running over a hill, jump to the left, jump to the right, make sure enemies aren't around you. And if you do spot a team coming towards you and they haven't seen you, try and hide or try and get out of there before you can fight them. Or if you think you've got the advantage on them, then go for the kill. Sometimes playing aggressive doesn't always mean playing aggressive, going for a kill at any distance. It means going for a kill when you know you have the advantage. And that's what I see playing aggressive as. I don't see it as me running around, being aggressive, trying to kill anyone at any distance. It's usually something where I know I can kill someone and I will take the shot. That is what aggressive is in my definition. You have to play to the right, I don't even know, the right aggression to kill people in certain situations. And sometimes you've got to know that being aggressive in this situation is just going to lose the fight, and you may as well not contest. So sometimes knowing that is very key, and it's something you guys should consider, especially when playing in squads, because being aggressive in squads is something that's definitely needed earlier on in the game. Going solo in a squad, or kind of going Rambo, should I say, and running around trying to take everybody out in another squad really isn't a good idea. You have to be together and work together. Yes, I do have gameplay of me taking out squads on my own, because I do that for fun. If you want to play the game for fun and go on and try stuff like that, go for it. But if you want to go for the win, this is the best thing to do. So here we have a situation where we can see enemies at distance. Now I'm just taking a few shots at them because in all honesty, no assault rifle is going to be able to hit me here, and they have not noticed where they're getting shot from. I do manage to hit the guy in a moment, which is very unfortunate because he doesn't down, and his teammates are there anyway. but it's just a little bit of fun, and we thought, you know what, no one else is around us. I've told my team to check behind us and watch the other angles. For example, yellow is watching the road. We've got blue there next to me, and KT, he's actually watching the other people around me. Social Yard himself, he's consistently checking behind. It's all about checking your surroundings and having the team leader. Now, in this situation, yes, I was the team leader. Personally, I prefer playing team leader in this game, but I don't mind playing a squad member, and honestly, it really doesn't matter. You need someone to lead the team so you've got an idea, and take it in turns leading. You don't have to be the leader consistently. I like going online and joining other people's teams and letting them lead, because sometimes letting someone else be squad leader usually works out, but personally, I've found usually when I'm squad leader, we usually win near enough one in every 2 games. So that's just my personal preference, but obviously other people like to join me and be my squad members, and that's fair enough. Now, this situation here is another situation where my aim is really off. Again, this was a bad game for me. It was a good game and a bad game. We managed to take one guy out, but if you watch this assault slowly, look how I push in round here. This is very key. Keep an eye on the mini-map where your team members are. Social Yard manages to cover me from there. Now, in this situation here, I down from the guy behind the tree. However, my teammates, Commander Mace and KT, are actually coming round over there. And they could actually get in there and swoop in and kill that guy, which they did before that guy managed to kill me. They suppressed the guy so that he wouldn't kill me off, which is very key. You see how my teammates curved around in the curve, and we're also at the edge of the storm, which is also really key. And thanks to my little cool reviving skills, or my hidden tactics, I actually managed to place a wall and hide behind that, and get Social Yard to revive me inside a bush, which is very useful for us as a squad, because I actually couldn't be seen wide down, so I couldn't be sniped from distance. And to be fair, I don't always down in games. This is one of my bad games, and that's why I'm using it as an example for an aggressive game, because you are expected to down in an aggressive game. Thanks to the loot from them guys though, we managed to get our health back up, and it's something you should consider. If you do get a slurp potion, do use your bandages first, because your bandages will only take you to 75, and then that slurp potion will take you over, give you that 25 health to 100, because obviously your bandages can't do that, and then also it'll give you 25 shield, which I did in this situation, and that's how I got my health up to 125. The amount of people I see using slurp first is just really annoying. It's very frustrating because you're wasting the slurp technically, because you can't get your health above 75. Always use bandages if you can, and if you can carry both medkits and bandages, it's up to your decision. Now, in squads compared to solo, you can carry a lot more stuff. For example, I carry the medkits in this situation. My team do not have any medkits currently on them. I am carrying the medkits. They may be carrying explosive weapons. Now here, I see 2 people. By jumping over the hill like that, they didn't get to see me. I managed to see them by popping up. Now, we noticed they're running all over. KT managed to take the guy out on the right, I believe. And then I managed to take this guy out here. Very easily, nice and easily done. KT is at distance actually fighting someone else. I think that may have been Commander Mace who took that guy on the right. I wasn't too sure who took that guy out, but someone took him out from distance, which was very useful. And if you notice how we're not all split up. KT is over at distance. I do remember actually playing this game and saying, KT, you need to come over to us, mate, or you will down over there. So obviously he's coming over to us, as you can see on the map. Going in solo like that is very risky, and keeping an eye on the scoreboard as well, or should I say the kill feed and the number of players, is very key, because for example, if you hear submachine gun shots, sound in this game is very key, and I have repeated that several times. If you hear submachine gun shots and then you see come up on your kill feed, blah 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 was killed by an assault rifle, you know that that wasn't around you, and maybe them submachine gun shots were missed and there's still people out there, or maybe someone was just firing them for a load of fun. Who knows exactly what the reason was, but there is just a good example that you could use if you require that in that purpose or whatever you want to find out. So here is me actually at my prime again. In this situation, I managed to get the height advantage on the enemies. My team KT, he runs in, I get rocket suppressed. I managed to jump over the rocket. I see the rocket coming in again, so I keep going left to right, and then I decide to build up. The rocket guy has been suppressed, and KT has managed to down one person and kill them, but the other people are here. Now, Commander Mace, I believe, is firing in grenade launchers or Social Yard, which was a very clever tactic. I did say suppress the area, and one of them did manage to suppress it with grenade launchers. They did that, and I managed to finish them off with my scar from distance from building that double stairs up. Sometimes that is not a good idea, but most of the time getting the height advantage, knowing that no one else is around you, can be very key. I knew that no one else was around me in that situation, so I built them stairs up just so I could get that height advantage on the enemy and have that advantage over them, looking over them to kill them. And that's what you need sometimes, especially in squad. I think sometimes you've got to have that ability to tell yourself we need to get that height advantage. Solo, you can do it as well, and I will be bringing a video out on duos as well very soon. But for squads, I've got the aggressive one and the passive one. This is going to be the aggressive gameplay. Expect the passive one to come very soon. I'm just waiting for a perfect game. This, personally, isn't a perfect game at all. It's just a game that I thought went very well. My entire squad got a bunch of kills. I think I got 4 in the end, or 5. I know the other squad members got all, I think one of them got 5, one of them got 4, and the other one got 5. So in total, our squad near enough had 18 kills, 19 kills, which is a huge percentage of the map. And I think as a squad, this was probably our best gameplay. We were all over the place. Now, in this situation here, I push up a little bit, knowing that I'm probably the better player over these, and they won't mind me saying that because they'd probably admit it as well. I know I can maneuver around the map on my own a little bit. Sometimes, if you don't know your squad though, it's better to stay together and stay in twos or stay in a group or whatever you want to do. It's really up to you how you want to lead the squad if you are squad leader. But because I'm squad leader, I told them I'm going to go ahead, scout ahead, and then I'll wait here. You guys push in front of me. See how they did that? That was like a maneuver type thing. I stayed there. They pushed in front of me. And then I stayed in the bush, they went ahead of me, and then I came out and went around. Now in this situation here, looking at the amount of people that are still alive, 9 people, we actually have 4 people in my squad, which means there's only 5 enemies, which means there's going to be 2 teams most likely. So what we decide to do is split up into 2 sections, should I say, so we can cover more of the ground, which we do. Now, Social Yard does get downed by a sniper from somewhere, and me and Commander Mace do try and find him, but we're having not much luck. I do notice the enemies are at southwest. I do start to kind of like scope in where they are. So we've realised that we've split up into 2s. The good thing about this is because the enemies don't know if you're the same team or not. And something me and Commander Mace did in duos once, where we actually started shooting at each other's forts with just pistols, and the enemies thought we weren't working together. And the funny thing about that, they split up and came pushing at us. I don't think I recorded this gameplay, but they split up and came pushing towards us as solos. And again, me and Commander Mace took them both out. That's something we did in duos, and that can also be done in team. I could shoot a bunch of scar bullets at the enemies to my left, or at my team, obviously aiming nowhere near them, but suppressing towards them to make the enemies think that we're not on the same team, because they don't actually know if you're on the same team or not. And again, that's really cool because it confuses them, and it can work really well if they see you. For example, if you've got a rocket, if I shoot a rocket towards them but completely miss, it can really mislead the enemies. Now in this situation, I don't do that because there is no point really, because there's only 5 enemies left. But if there were more enemies left, I could easily do that. And it's something, if the enemies already know where I am, for example, if they're already shooting at me, I can just shoot one rocket if I can spare it towards my team, completely miss them, and it will mislead the enemies. Very, very clever, and it's something I do recommend doing if it is the right situation for it. Now here again, I just build up. Building is so key, and if your squad are struggling at building, do tell them to kind of learn to build a little bit. I know I'm very good at building. I know some of my squads are okay at building, but it is recommended. I do recommend doing it. Some little tips that I have mentioned in previous videos is about using Combat Pro. I'm going to do a separate video on that completely. Combat Pro is basically a different layout for your controllers on console edition, and it makes you basically a lot better of a player using Commando Pro, Combat Pro. But yeah, you get the idea. So we see the supply drop coming in. We notice an enemy has been killed off by looking at the score. We got 8 people left now, and in this situation, I actually don't get any more kills. So if you're looking for me to get some kills, I'm not gonna. I'm being more of the scout for my team. Up here, I'm surprised, like kind of providing the access to my team to be able to see all of the people. Now, Commander Mace does get pinged from distance. This is something that I have to do very carefully. Notice how I build the stairs. I build the stairs because I can drop down. If I was to build the flat one, I may have been sniped as well, which would have been really bad because me and Commander Mace possibly would have been out of the game. I managed to build the stairs though, so I drop down into it and take the cover so I do not take damage from the sniper at distance. Now again, this is all situational. Everything that is going on right now is all down to the situation I'm in. Again, everything's different. I can't tell you guys exactly how to win. I'm just telling you how I think at the time and what's going on, and things that you can take from my thoughts and put them in your playstyle. Here again with Commander Mace, we have the thing coming in. I quickly drop them ammo. You've got to be careful when you're dropping ammo on a slope because it will go down the slope and drop underneath the map. Now here when I jumped down, I was fearing of taking a little bit of fall damage, so I placed stairs, and unfortunately KT did push into the house and actually lose his life. So here again, we now have 2 enemies left. We don't know where they are. I risk going down to all this, which is a very risky move, and I wish I didn't make the move. I dropped my sniper because I think, why am I going to need a sniper in this short range? And again, I do pick up my sniper again for some reason. I wasn't too sure why I did that, but I shouldn't have done that. And then again, I see the guy in the house. So I start suppressing rockets into the house. I get a little bit of damage on him, definitely. And I tell Commando Mace, do not rush in yet, I'm suppressing with rockets. You've got to have that coordination between your team. I built the shield around me, always good to do, and then I suppress in there. Now, another little tip is wood actually builds faster than metal. You will get more cover from wood than you will with metal in a short period of time. When metal is fully built, obviously it's better, but wood is much easier for cover straight away. Obviously, metal can resist an explosion, whereas wood can't, but wood is better if you're being suppressed at a short time or something like that. But in this situation, metal is useful. So, as you can see, it's now 3v2. My team has managed to rush that guy out in the house. I'm saying to my team, do not move to me. Leave me where I am. I will play scout role in this. I'm inside the circle. Keeping the circle is a good idea, but because we were playing quite aggressive, I didn't really talk much about the circle this gameplay, but keeping the circle like to the edge of the circle is always key. Staying in the middle, early game, fair enough. Late game, I wouldn't do. Checking the bushes at the end, always key, because you can get sniped out. Check trees as well. I know none of these trees that anyone can like really glitch in very easily. I'm checking all bushes, checking all trees, making sure no one's around here. And then I see Stoshel Yard. I'm like, Stoshel, go behind them trees there, rush in there. So he thinks to himself, let's go. He goes for it. He risks it. There's 3v1. He's worth risking. I tell Stoshel to risk it. He risks it. I tell him to get down from there. Commander Mace is building up onto the house, covering from distance over there. I've got the angles around here. I tell Stoshel to go around there. He goes in. I switch to my stuff, watching the suppression here, making sure no one's here. Stoshel goes around nice and slowly. He sees the guy and manages to take him out. And boom, there's the victory. Again, victory. We could have lost there. Stoshel could have got killed. I would have simply suppressed him down from where I am. If he got me, hopefully Commander Mace would have got him. And if he got Commander Mace, fair play, the guy would have won. And that's fair play to him. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. You see how I won this team game. It was a very aggressive game. Again, it is an aggressive game, and I will be uploading a passive one. Don't forget to click on the passive one on screen right now when it's out. I will bring that out. I do have a solo one as well, which I do recommend checking out. It's a great gameplay, and it really does help out. All of these videos that I'm making, how to win every single time, they work, they all apply to each other. Even if you're watching the team one, you can use the aspect of the team kind of strategy within your solo game. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope I haven't overloaded your head with too much information, but basically, that's how I thought when I played throughout the game. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and once again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how many games you've won, and this is Postbox Pat, signing out.